and we're setting intentions. We're going to release what's not serving us. Thank you all so much for meeting me here. It is a beautiful sight to see this morning in this spot. Good morning, Anne. Good morning. We're going to release, I'm going to share my scenery with you for a little bit, then it'll come back to me. Thank you so much for being here today. Our intention for today, today's day 14. I release what no longer serves me in this season. I release what no longer serves me in this season. Good morning, Alan. When you decide to release, you've got to decide to release the things that you know that's standing in your way, like fear, overthinking, playing small. It is critical that you release what's not serving you. When you release, you're letting go of what no longer fits in your life, and you need space in order to grow. In order to grow from where you are, you need space. I want you to consider what that release means. I want you to consider that release is strength. When you give yourself permission to release strength, it allows you to become the best version of you. You've got to decide. The first step is making a decision. You're saying these mantras, these intentions every day. You're setting them and you're saying, I am going to do better for 2026. But you can't do better if you don't take action. And just know, tell yourself, remind yourself, Layla, that when you release, you're giving yourself permission to grab a hold of strength. When you release, you're releasing fear, you're releasing overthinking, you're releasing playing small, you're releasing any and everything that is standing in your way. You have the power to get the outcome that you want. You have to participate in the process. You've got to set an intention. You've got to walk it out. When you get up each day and you set an intention, you're calling your day forward. You're commanding your day to make it happen. You're saying, I am going to make it happen. I'm going to keep my word. So every time something comes up today, you're going to release what's not serving you. Because when you release, you're allowing yourself to grow, to partner with growth. And to grow, you need space. You have to create space in order for you to grow. So it is important. I'm going to share my scenery again with you. It is important that we get up every day and set the right intention that's going to help us navigate our day. When you create room for what's next, you're saying, I've outgrown where I was. And then know that a loss, when you give up all the things that wasn't working for you, it's not a loss. It's progress. It's you progressing. And you're honoring who you are becoming. So it is important that you decide today and every day that you're going to release what's not serving you. Today you have to grab a hold of courage. Today, good morning, Poetic Nurse. You've got to grab a hold of courage and lean into the decision to give yourself permission to become. Give yourself permission to grow. When you release the things that's not serving you, like overthinking, fear. Remember, we talked about fear is false evidence appearing real. Or face everything and rise. When you face everything and rise, you commanding yourself to say, no matter what, even though I'm scared, even though it may not, I'm not sure about it, I'm going to do it anyway. I want you to click the link in my bio and join me on January 20th for a workshop that I'm doing, how to have your best year ever. And you cannot have your best year if you are not willing to release what's not serving you. You've got to identify those things in 2025 that stood in the way, the clutter, the roadblocks. What are those things that got in the way of you becoming the best version of yourself, right? Of you leaning into your power, of you playing small. You played small. So it's time for you to make a decision that you are going to release what's not serving you. So let's do this together. You don't need to work in silo. You don't need to, struggle by yourself. I want you to know that there's help available and you can win in 2026. But you've got to give yourself the power to release fear, overthinking, playing small, feeling of unworthiness, feeling like you're not enough. You've got to release that. I can't release it for you even though I'm your coach. You've got to do the work. What I can do is reach for you virtually, hold your hand through a coaching connection and walk you through the process. We'll talk about how you feel, what's happening. Try it on, see what comes up, and know that you can break through it. So click the link in my bio and join me in January 20th so I can help you release the things that's getting in the way of your success. If you want a better outcome, if you see someone on the horizon, you're aspiring to become a manager, a leader, a VP, a project manager, or wherever you have your sights set, you start that business. Where do you see yourself? Release fear, release overthinking, and release playing small, and know that you can start and do it messy, because it's in the mess that you grow. You find out what's working, what's not working. It is so important that we realize that we can retrain our mind to think different. Because as Wayne Dyer says, if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at will change. If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at will change. So look at release as strength. Look at release as growth. Look at release as you walking in your power. Good morning, each and every one of you. Thank you, Philip. Thank you all for joining me here. And I'll meet you again here tomorrow morning at 7:45. Click the link in my bio and register for the event on the 20th. If you are ready to release the things that's not serving you, I'll show you how. I'll walk you through it. I'll hold your hand through it. That's my promise to you, that I'll never let you go until you get a breakthrough. That's my commitment. So if you're ready to release, go for it. And I'll see you tomorrow. Do something for your health. I'm out here walking. I'm making sure I'm getting my steps in because I decide how I want to show up. I'm releasing the concerns, shoulda, coulda, woulda, and I'm doing it. And so can you. All right, we'll talk soon. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.